Hey, how we doing? Today we are going to foam wrap some tires. I picked this Corvette up on Marketplace for 20 bucks. The tires were completely bald. The battery was good, but we ended up putting a drill battery in it. And I intended on building a drag car, as you can see from the front spoke wheels. We never did get around to that. Maybe we'll do it, you know, next year. But as for right now, we're going to foam wrap all the tires, front and rear, and uh, and get this thing going again. My son is starting to meet some friends, so you never know. He may have a friend over, and they can both drive a Corvette and drive a Jeep and have a good old time. So follow along. I'm going to set up a time lapse on how I do this. I've already done a video on how to do it. So the time lapse is just going to be me wrapping all the tires. And once I get finished, we'll come back and keep moving on this. All right, we have all of our wheels wrapped and everything turned out real nice. I do have the wheels are wrapped a little bit different. The rear wheels just have a single layer of thick foam on top of the original white foam that I used. The fronts have an additional layer of 1/8 inch foam, kind of like a retread on a semi truck. I'm trying this out to see if it works a little bit better. So the fronts are going to be a little bit taller than the rears, but it'll all work out. But when you start doing these modifications to your wheels, you're going to want to buy these collars. They are a 7/16 inch inner diameter. So that's what you search on Amazon for these. They're a 4-pack. Once you get them, you can pop them on, pop them off, or pop your tires on and off whenever you want. So you don't need the push pins or the push locks any longer. This is going to save the day. So let's get this wheel installed. When we're doing this, I am making sure I've got tension on this opposite side so the rod doesn't slide. And then I'm trying to snug everything up as tight as I can. And I will get in here and tighten my Allen key. Now you'll notice my Allen key's cut down. I did that on purpose so I could tighten these up. All right, so that's it. The rear is on. Let's move on to the front. We're going to pop these front mag wheels off. They're actually lawnmower wheels for a push mower. Uh, and they do work. They work real well. But, we're going to get back to the foam originals. So let's get those fronts off. Okay, so this is if you want to do this little conversion, it's a 10-inch lawnmower wheel from Amazon, push mower. So and they work good. You do have to put a piece of shrink tube on the axle because the bearing doesn't fit right, and the bearing's kind of funky in here. If I was going to do it again, I would use a set of wheels from a Strider bike if I was to do it again. And with this setup, you do need to run two um, two lock collars. I lost the wheels for a second, couldn't find them. All right, beautiful. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the next side, and we'll be back in a minute. How sweet does that look? The nice thing about these foam tires is when you run them on concrete or blacktop, they are silent. All you hear is the whining of the gearboxes. So, and they've got great traction. They'll go just about anywhere, be it the grass, dirt, snow. They'll go up hills. It's amazing. So that wraps up putting the new meats on the tires. So this thing should rip now. It gave it a little bit of ground clearance, which is good for our yard because we live in kind of a, kind of on a hill. There's bumps and, you know, undulations all throughout the yard. So the extra ground clearance is going to work perfect. The taller rear tire. It's going to give us some speed, top end speed. It should still pop a wheelie. I got to solder the motors back in, get a soft start and a battery adapter, and we should be ready to rip this thing. So stay tuned. The next thing we do will be the soft start, the battery, and soldering in the motors. So stay tuned. If that's not something you're familiar with, stay tuned and we'll do it together. So thanks for watching and see you soon.